Good afternoon. The news at 3. I am Blessing Ogiji. The highlights. Oyebanji seeks FG's support for farming. FCT teachers resume strike Monday. Nimet warns airlines of dust haze. CAF President Mosepe promises hitch-free AFCON tournament. The news in details. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, has indicated the state government's readiness to participate in the federal government's wet and dry season farming intervention scheme designed to enhance food security and boost agricultural productivity. Oyebanji also solicited more collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security for mechanization. In a statement, the special advisor to the governor on media, Yinka Oyebode, said the governor mentioned this during a visit to the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, and the Minister of State, Senator Aliyu Abdullahi in Abuja. Oyebanji said the state was ready to maximize the agricultural potential to bring the people out of poverty and put them on the path to economic prosperity. Still on the news, the senior special assistant on political matters to the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Mrs. Toyin Adepoju, has distributed back to school materials to over 200 pupils of local authority primary school Afin Ado Ekiti. The materials included school uniforms, exercise books, pen, pencils, erasers, school bags, water bottles, socks, and other items for school pupils. Mrs. Adepoju, while distributing materials, said the gesture was born out of the giving nature of her principal, the wife of the governor, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyebanji, who always emphasized on giving back to the society in any form or to share with the less privileged from whatever God has blessed anyone with. She urged stakeholders in the state to continue to see education as fundamental right for every child. The school headmistress, Mrs. Adeshola Alabi, appreciated the gesture of Mrs. Adepoju for giving back to her alma mater. Also, one of the beneficiaries who was gifted a school uniform, Taiwo Ige, thanked the benefactor, saying she has been going to school in Mufti since resumption. Beneficiaries of Widow and Orphans Hope Project WAOH in Ekiti State has continued to describe the initiative as a life-transforming program. Some of the beneficiaries visited by the project coordinator, Mrs. Kemi Daro, in company of her team members, commended the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyebanji, the initiator of the project, for impacting on their lives. BSS reporter Ademola Adeleke completes the story.
Some of the beneficiaries included Mrs. Oluwatoyin Ilesami, who got a computer set, Mrs. Esther Olubodun of Arekiti, who received foodstuff, and Mrs. Popola Oluwatoyin, who received a sewing machine. Other beneficiaries visited by the team were Mrs. Oluwakemi Adeyemo, Mrs. Moyo Fachaki, Janet Kayode, and Alaja Afusat Jamiu. They were full of appreciation to the wife of the governor, saying that the tools of trade received have transformed their lives and provided means of livelihood for them.
She's what she has been doing. Gbogbo ìgbà náà la máa ń ṣàdúrà fún wọn. Ó láwọn á máa lọ òkè. Ọlọ́run bá ń jọ ẹ̀ máa ṣọ́ wọn. Gbogbo lílọ bíbọ̀ wọn Ọlọ́run bá pamọ́. Nǹkan ṣéǹjì díẹ̀ tí ò sí owó lọ́wọ́ mi mọ́ pé ni mo stop. Pé mo ti bá rí fíìsà pé màá tún kọ̀ǹtínú. Fíìsà tí mo lè béèrè fún Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ gbé fún mi. So inú mi dẹ̀ dùn. Mo dẹ̀ gbàdúrà lágbára Ọlọ́run wọn ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ ṣe.
Earlier, the director of Widows and Orphans Hope Project, Mrs. Dairo, charged the beneficiaries to remain committed to hard work. She said the well-being of the less privileged, most especially the widows, remained the priority of the WOW project, hence more people will be captured to put smiles on the faces of those in such category.
I'm so happy because the beneficiary not only managed what we gave them very well, they were up and doing, and they give us hope and encourage us to do more for them.
The WOW coordinator added that more of the beneficiaries will be visited to know their well-being and other areas where to provide more assistance for them.
What we intend doing is to have WOW beneficiaries in all the local government in Ekiti State, the 16 local government. We want a situation where anytime we want to have anything to do with widows and orphans, we should be able to have our group, that this is WOW group, these are widows that we have in each local government, and that is what we are doing according to what our Excellency gave instruction that we should do.
Ademola Adeleke reporting.
Over to FCT. The Federal Capital Territory FCT wing of the Nigeria Union of Teachers NUT has directed all primary school teachers in the territory to resume its suspended strike with effect from Monday 15th January till further notice. According to a communique issued, the decision was taken at an emergency meeting of the State Wing Standing Committee which held at the Teachers' House in Gwagwalada, Abuja. The NUT also declared that secondary school teachers would next Friday join in the strike in solidarity with their primary school counterparts. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State. For news, information or comments, send to bscsnewsroom@gmail.com. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted moderate dust haze with a horizontal visibility range of 2 to 5 kilometers over the northern region and the north-central states. NIMET also indicated prospects of localized thunderstorms over parts of Delta, Lagos, Cross River, Bayelsa, and Rivers State in the afternoon and evening periods. It urged the public to remain informed and ready while advising individuals and communities to take the necessary steps to ensure their safety and well-being. Over to Delta. The Delta House of Assembly says it is working on a plan to unveil its 2024 legislative agenda aimed at enhancing the quality of lives of the people through basic infrastructure. The Speaker of the House, Mr. Dennis Guo, revealed this when he briefed newsmen in Asaba. The Speaker also promised that the legislature would continue to work closely with the executive for overall interest of the people. The Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, has congratulated the 11 newly appointed heads of the agencies under the ministry and charged them to show diligence, patriotism, and professionalism in line of duty. President Bola Tinubu on Friday appointed Director Generals of agencies under the ministry. Musawa, in a statement released, applauded Tinubu, describing the appointment as timely to fulfill the mandate of the ministry. Over to U.S. Another foreign scene, the U.S. military said 2 U.S. Navy sailors have been reported missing at sea while conducting operation off the coast of Somalia. U.S. Central Command announced this in a statement. U.S. forces have long operated in Somalia in coordination with and on behalf of the government, mostly conducting regular area strike to support official forces fighting extremist Al-Shabaab rebels. Washington has designated Al-Shabaab as a terrorist organization. Over to sports. The president of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, Patrice Motsepe, has assured of top-notch organization and security for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations (AFCON) in Cote d'Ivoire. Motsepe gave the assurance in Abidjan at a news conference ahead of today's kick-off of the Benin Continental Showpiece. He said CAF has been working around the clock with the host country to ensure a befitting tournament and avoid the mistakes of the last tournament in Cameroon. To end the news at 3 again. At the main point. We told you that Governor Biodun Oyebanji has indicated the interest of to partner the federal government on farming. It was in the bulletin that the Federal Capital Territory of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, has directed all primary school teachers in the territory to resume its suspended strike on Monday. You also heard that the Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted moderate dust haze in the country. Lastly, on the news at 3, you heard that the Confederation of African Football, CAF, Patrice Motsepe, has assured hitch-free AFCON tournament in Côte d'Ivoire. Message: be moderate in your conduct this week. That's the news at 3, as put together by the production team and edited by Shola Olorulano. On behalf of the editorial team, I am Blessing Ogiji. Thanks for listening.